The Giants have never been so happy to see the shores of McCovey Cove. But things will not be easy just because the world champs are home. The Washington Nationals come into town as the defending NL East champions. Now it's up to the Orange and Black to recapture the magic of AT Park and get back to their winning ways. Giants, Nats, next.
The Giants are back home as we welcome you back into AT Park for Game 1 of this 3-game series, Nationals and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, both these teams tonight really have coming off series that they'd like to forget about. So, Mike, that sets the stage. This is really a big game for both teams, but maybe more so for the Giants because they're at home.
Well, I agree with you. It is a bigger deal for the Giants because they are at home, and it's a bigger deal because they have Ryan Vogelsong on the hill. Vogelsong, who has been a mainstay in this Giants rotation, is going through a tough time. Right now, he has the worst ERA of any starter in all the National League. He needs to get better. He's close to getting better, and I think that is the key to tonight and a good homestand. Get off on the right foot, get Vogelsong going.
Zach Duke is on the hill for the Nationals. All right, when we come back, it was last year postseason. Big series, Nationals, Cardinals. The winner, the next Giants opponent. And what the Giants do? Well, they watch and listen on the airplane. Amy G with more on that right after this.
Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. The Chipotle Chicken Club Combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. Try one today with fries and a drink for just $4.99 plus tax. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
Well, your San Francisco Giants are back in the Bay, getting some home cooking and looking to turn things around after a rough 1-5 road trip. They open up the homestand with a 3-game set against the Washington Nationals. Welcome back to AT Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and it wasn't that long ago that your San Francisco Giants beat the Cincinnati Reds to advance to the NLCS. Immediately following, they sat on an airplane on the tarmac awaiting their next destination. Would they head to Washington, D.C. to face the Nationals, or would they open up at home against the Cardinals? Now, the Nats looked like they had the game in the bag, a 7-5 lead into the 9th inning, but the Cardinals staged a 2-out, 4-run rally to win the division series, and your San Francisco Giants got home field advantage. I spoke with several of the players today about that moment on the airplane, and I'd have to say Brandon Belt put it best. He said it was the first time in a long time that any of them got to sit down and watch the game they love as an actual fan. The pressure was off. They had already advanced, and they got home field advantage just like they wanted, and we all know how that one ended up. Okay, Ryan Vogelsong on the hill tonight for your San Francisco Giants. He's going to square off against lefty Zach Duke. Kruk and Kipe will be back with first pitch and lineups, but after these messages, we're going to check in with our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, so stay with us.
get ready for a nice homestand for the Giants. And the weather is supposed to be very nice. And our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily starting May 24th. Here at the yard, 63 degrees, humidity at 65%. Winds are fairly strong, and the forecast is it's going to cool off, and it's going to be windy, and that perfectly describes San Francisco. Hey, welcome back.
Oh, boy, does it feel good walking in this ballpark.
To some, it's sunny and 80. The lineup for Davy Johnson will look like this. It'll be Span, Lombardozzi, and Harper. The cleanup hitter will be Ryan Zimmerman. Then it's Adam LaRoche, and he's got a 16-game hitting streak. Desmond, Bernardina, Solano, and Zach Duke will pitch and bat ninth.
Pitching tonight for the Giants will be Ryan Vogelsong, trying to get them off on a good start here in this homestand. Take a look at the troubles that he has had. 1-4 with an 8.06 ERA. And 38 strikeouts and 41 1/3, almost a strikeout an inning, and it's over a 2-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, though. That's good. The hits 59 and 41 1/3, that is too high. And it is something that he is unaccustomed to. When he's right, you're going to see him use the fastball on both sides of the plate. He'll command all four corners of the strike zone with the 2-seam and the 4-seam grip. He has a curveball, a slider, a changeup. He'll throw a cutter. Against these Nationals, he's 0-1 with a lifetime ERA of 7.59. This has been a problematic team for him. He has been very close to coming out of a mechanical flaw that he has had. Primarily, the main problem has been in the stretch position. Keys for him tonight are first pitch strikes and being able to control the corners with that fastball. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Vogelsong tonight for the Giants, starting in the outfield from left to right. For the left-handed pitching Duke, they have the right-handed outfield going with Torres in left, Pagan in center, Pence in right, Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Scutaro back in the lineup, joined by Belt on the right side of the infield. Buster Posey will be back in the squad, putting down the signs.
So the Giants coming off a 1-5 road trip. The Nationals just played a 4-game series in San Diego. They won the first 2 games in the series, and then San Diego bounced back and beat them the next 2 times. So here's Denard Span. So here's Span. Span hitting at .264 with 11 runs batted in. In at third is Sandoval. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a called strike. So we get underway at 7:16. So Vogelsong jumps out in front 0-1. And this is tap to Scutaro. And this game is going to start with a 4-3 putout.
Yeah, nice 2-pitch sequence there. Opened him up a 4-seamer, come back with a 2-seamer, get the ground ball. That will give him confidence. The umpire tonight, Jerry Meals, is also a good sign for Vogelsong. He is pitcher friendly. There are corners to his strike zone, and he looks for strikes.
Here's Lombardozzi. Lombardozzi looked like he's taking all the way, and he takes a pitch down low. Does have A little history against Vogelsong. He's 2 for 2 lifetime. Again, Sandoval in at third, and that's way inside 2-0. Mike may have mentioned, but I'll repeat it. The start that Vogelsong had against the Nationals last year was one he would soon like to forget. He only went 2 2/3 innings, and he gave up 8 earned runs.
Well, they're an explosive offense. And they're the type of team that can rock along and have them shut out for 5 or 6 innings, and all of a sudden, boom, they can throw a 5 spot up there quick. Once they get it rolling, they're hard to stop. Play against this team, it's very important to get strike one, very important to try and nail that first out of every inning. I always talk about how that is so important in every game, especially true against these Nationals.
All right, there's a strike called by Jerry Meals. Meals behind the dish. And the 2-2 delivery. And Lombardozzi got a high fastball, and he fouled it straight over the right shoulder of Buster Posey.
All right, watch the fan in the background. Look out!
I did it today behind the batting cage. And it was really not the first time I've ever been behind the batting cage.
Well, hey, we can sneak up on you.
Get on the ground, Sandoval. Off balance throw, 2 down.
2 outs, 2 ground balls.
And here's Harper. Remember, Harper took on the wall. Is it at Dodger Stadium?
Dodger Stadium.
Went down in a heap on the warning track. Missed a couple of games. And he takes a pitch down low. He's having a good season. 11 home runs, 22 RBIs, hitting .297.
Favorite players, Pete Rose and Mickey Mantle. He wears 34 because you combine 3 and 4, and that makes up 7. Mantle was his favorite guy.
And he goes around, 1 ball and 1 strike.
In Vogie, we believe.
Yeah, we do too. 2 of his last 4 hits for Harper have been home runs. And he does have a beautiful swing. There is no doubt about that. 1 and
2. It all gets back to balance and being able to transform weight from the front to the back. But one of the classic things to a great swing is a flat swing. And his swing gets flat early, and he can go flat from the knees to the chest.
Got him. And that'll end the inning. And a nice inning for Vogelsong. Giants coming up. And here's Bruce Bochy's lineup. Against Zach Duke, it'll be Pagan Scudero, 17-game hitting streak, followed by Sandoval and then Buster Posey. Pencil hit 5th, then it's Belt, Torres. Crawford will hit 8th, and Ryan Vogelsong will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill for these Nationals will be Zach Duke. Duke, 7-year veteran. And when you take your at-bats against Zach Duke, you're going to see a guy who knows how to pitch. He is a 4-pitch guy. He'll throw a fastball that'll go high 80s. He can 2-seam, 4-seam. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Duke is being pushed into an emergency start. Ross Detweiler, who is the normal pitcher in his slot, has had back spasms, so they went into the bullpen to get Duke, who has been a starter for a lot of his career. Came up with the Pirates.
So here's Pagan, who takes a called strike. Pagan hitting .256, a couple of home runs, 18 RBIs. He is 5 for 10 lifetime against Zach Duke. And that's way inside. I say Zach Duke very slowly because I have fallen into the Dave Fleming category a few times by calling him Zook.
Zook Dak.
A little low, 2 balls and a strike.
Zach Duke is 2-3 lifetime with the Giants and really has a great ERA at this ballpark. In 4 games, 3 of which are starts. His ERA 1.08.
On the ground to short, where Desmond will make the throw. 1 out.
Let's check out this defense for the Washington Nationals, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Bernardina, Span, and Harper, 2 really good arms on the corner. You got Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side of the infield, Lombardozzi and LaRoche on the right side. And Jonathan Solano is in the squad, putting down the signs. The defense that ranks last in the National League in defense. They have made 38 errors as a team. The Giants have made 34.
Here's Scudero, 331. A home run, 10 RBIs. And he looks at a strike. Scudero on the trip hit .500. He was 11 for 22. Takes this pitch inside. He is 0 for 3 lifetime against Zach Duke. Two balls and a strike. During that hitting streak, he's 34 for 70. Bounces this one to Lombardozzi, and Lombardozzi will make the play. 2 outs.
Take a look at the hitting streak of Scudero. During the streak last year, he had a 20-gamer, hit .436. This year, during the 17 games, hit .486. Last year, 34 for 78. This year, 34 for 70. I mean, he's been unbelievable. The only total last year that sort of outweighs this year is the RBI total. Last year, had 17 RBIs. This year, he has 6. But he has been fun to watch, believe me.
Sandoval looks at a strike, hitting .302. 7 home runs, 32 driven in, 5 for 25 on the road trip. And he bounces this one to Lombardozzi, and that'll be 3 ground balls for Lombardozzi, or for Zach Duke, and that'll end the inning. So Zimmerman to lead things off.
is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's Great American Cash Giveaway. Thousands of dollars every weekend. Visit CacheCreek.com for details.
Well, the Rockies are in town next, and it'll be Memorial Day weekend. Postgame fireworks show has just been added for Friday. The Saturday, the 25th, the first 20,000 fans will receive a World Champions cap courtesy of Dignity Health. And then a Barry Zito bobblehead to the first 40,000 fans on Sunday, presented by Bank of America. Well, how do you get here? Well, you get a ticket, and you go to sfgiants.com. Here's Zimmerman. Big, strong, powerful, can hit, all those things.
And he's hot.
And, oh, by the way, he's hot.
See the last 8 games, he's had a good week. Hitting 400 with 2 big flies and 10 ribeyes.
Well, he's behind in the count now. 0-2.
Vogelsong has really been flirting with a good set of mechanics out of the windup. It really hasn't been the problem. It's been the stretch that has plagued him.
And he got away with one there. It stays at 0-2.
And I thought he tried to get up there in his hands with that fastball. I mean, I think he's spotting that fastball pretty good right now. Inside, outside, inside.
In the dirt, it's 1-2.
Early on in a ball game, you really don't know what your breaking balls are going to do, and that's when you like to throw them. The first few times you throw those breaking balls, you throw them in an 0-2 count or 1-2 count, you can really pop them with the idea that if I miss, I'm going to miss low. And you sort of adjust your way up. Much better, much healthier to adjust up.
Now that on the bounce caught Jerry Meals behind home plate. There's Jerry Meals. So it's 2-2. So Zimmerman, after falling behind, is even the count with Adam LaRoche on deck. And now it's 3-2.
And those last 3 pitches have all been pretty easy takes. 2 breaking balls down low in the dirt, and that fastball way outside.
Here's the payoff to Zimmerman, and he taps this one to Vogelsong, and he'll take it himself. 1 out. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, Dwayne. Well, several of the San Francisco Giants are not feeling very well. They're battling flu-like symptoms. Angel Pagan had to leave yesterday's game in the 5th inning because he wasn't feeling well. It was actually a game-time decision today as to whether or not to keep him in the lineup. Bruce Bochy saying he wanted to see how he fared through BP. He obviously did okay. Bruce Bochy himself not feeling very well, and Panda not feeling too well. I guess this is a common thing that happens when they do so much travel over the last 6 games. Gentlemen, how are you holding up?
We're sick as a dog, Amy. But thanks really for asking. We need sympathy after this last trip. I don't know. I was expecting to get it when I got home. I didn't get any sympathy when I got home.
Yeah, no.
But something like this. Oh, here's the list of stuff that we need to do. No, we're fine. We're healthy. We're doing good.
Doing good.
Washed our hands a lot this trip.
Broke out the rubber gloves, 3rd day in.
LaRoche hitting 229. Skies this one into center field. It's starting to carry. Pagan now back, and it is caught at the wall.
Holy smokes, you talk about some drift. And if you look at the flags above the scoreboard, they're cracking. And that's as much carry as we've seen in center field in a while.
Ever.
But LaRoche will do that to you. He gets backspin and he gets carry. Just about 2/3 of the way up the wall. LaRoche has 3 hits into the McCovey Cove. So he likes hitting here, and he almost took one right out to straightaway center.
I thought that when he hit it, it was going to be Scudero going back out and Pagan coming in.
I thought absolute routiner.
So here's Desmond, who takes a strike. Desmond, 6 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Hitting at 268. Hunter Pence moving over. Still moving over. And that ball got weird on Pence, but he puts it away. Hit it in the air tonight. Have some fun. Nothing.
Holy cow. U-verse rewind. And Friday, Buster Posey had a home run off Matt Belisle. That was the Giants' only home run in the Rocky series. A little hanging slider, and he went whoop. Number 6 on the year for Buster Posey. That was it, and that's our AT&T U-verse rewind.
2 for 3 lifetime against Duke, and here he takes a strike. Say this about Zach Duke: he likes to get the ball back, takes a swipe on the slab with his left foot, and then he throws the next pitch as this is foul back.
Well, I mean, he's a pitch to contact guy, and he gets a lot of ground balls. And when you put the ball in play, you need to keep that offense or that defense behind you awake. The way you do it, nice quick pace. Keep him in the game.
Posey steps out. Got him.
As I said, this is a pitcher's friend. You're talking about the strike zone of Jerry Meals tonight. This is a little wraparound curveball on an 0-2 count.
Sorry, folks, that's not a strike.
No, that's not a strike. Now the rules have been set the first time through the lineup. So bottom line is expand your zones. Go to Hackett, fellas.
Well, the problem is if Zach Duke gets that pitch, he's going to keep throwing it. And why wouldn't he?
And the Nationals have been tough for the Giants. The last 3 seasons, the Nationals are 9-4, and last year they were 5-1 against San Francisco.
And a base hit for Hunter Pence, and the Giants with their first hit and base runner.
Zach Duke's got a pretty good assortment of moves over to first base. Not the easiest guy to steal off of. Try to cut a little outside locator, drifted out of the middle of the plate. Bang, right back up the middle.
A little Gary Matthews here.
Put the helmet off. It does remind you of Sarge, doesn't it?
So here's Belt. Belt hitting .241 with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. Belt went 5 for 17 on the road trip. Here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. On deck is Andres Torres. So Duke out of the stretch. Belt, base hit, right field. Is Pence going to go? He is not, and that's a wise move.
Well, you got a cannon in right, you got a cannon in left. So if you're going to take on the corners, you better have a pretty good jump. As both Harper and Bernardino, the left fielder, they have very good arms. But got a hold of the right side with the runner at first base. That's how you take advantage of it. It's the one thing about being a pitcher that pitches to contact. You're going to put the ball in play, and sometimes those ground balls are going to find holes, and that's when you got to get them.
So here's Torres. Torres hitting in the 7th slot with Crawford on deck. And he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. 224 with a home run, 4 RBIs for Andres Torres. Hasn't had a whole lot of starts this year. Did not get hit on the road trip. He only had 7 at bats. And he fouls this one out of play. I guess if you bring your glove, you catch that, right?
If you bring your glove, he's a hero. And sitting in the front row thinking, I got the best seats in the house. He did not plan on getting booed in his section. It's a little harsh. Bring your glove, you avoid it all.
Torres rifles one. Bernardino's not going to get it. It bounces at the bottom of the wall. Pence is going to score. Belt to third. Andres Torres with a double. 1-0 Giants. He needed that.
Yeah, he did. He needed it in a big way, and that is a big hit for the Giants. Let's take a look at it. It's our forward right choice. Stays inside, a little cutter in the inside corner, and he really puts a charge into it. Both arms bent through the swing. Gives you an idea how strong he is. And Bernardino, who covers the ground, no chance as it carried over his head. Our forward right choice.
So now it'll be Crawford. First base is open. Runners at second and third. Crawford cannot hold up, and it's 0-1.
Zach Duke making this emergency start. He is the only left-hander in that Nationals bullpen. So with him making this start, leaves the Nationals bullpen with all right-handers. Plus, you know he's going to throw at least 60 pitches tonight. He probably will not be available tomorrow.
Crawford up the middle. It is going to score Belt, and it's 2-0 Giants. And although it's a weak little grounder, it's a good at bat.
Well, it's a smart at bat. And that's how you grow as a player in this league. You identify situations. You don't try to do too much. You take what the defense gives you, and your reward is an RBI. And look at the welcome when he gets back in that dugout.
Well, you see the Giants third in the National League when scoring first. Here's Vogelsong. Vogelsong, although not over the last couple of years, but prior to that, known as a pretty good hitter. He does have a hit in 13 at bats this year and an RBI. And now Duke is behind 2-0.
Duke, Vogelsong, teammates in Pittsburgh in 2006, 2005. Know each other well.
And a strike. Clayton Kershaw, by the way, pitched a complete game today in Milwaukee as the Dodgers beat the Brewers 3-1. Doesn't surprise me at all. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
No, anytime he pitches well, it doesn't surprise me. As good as he is. That win by Kershaw ended a 3-game losing streak for the Dodgers.
Vogelsong hits this one slowly on the ground to Lombardozzi, and that'll end the inning. Giants 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 after 2. Giants 2, Nationals 0.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Eric's Deli Cafe. Only when the salty and sweet are perfectly balanced is harmony achieved.
The Giants are introducing the stretch pack. That's right. It's a 6-game package, which includes a Dodger and a Red Sox game. Total value of the package is over $250. Your price, however, is locked in at $198. Now, there aren't many of these available, so go to sfgiants.com right now. Purchase your stretch pack. After all the really nice restaurants we went to on this past road trip, I need to stretch pants.
Well, and you need one of those chairs right there. That's the best.
No, I don't.
Right there.
No, I don't. I need something that moves, that helps me move.
Well, put a vibrator in the chair seat. Hey, the Pease family is here tonight.
There you go. Roger Bernardina. See, I see costumes like that, and then I think, well, maybe these two people somehow, for whatever reason, maybe their car broke down, they missed the Bay to Breakers. They needed a place to go to where there's a lot of people where they could put their costumes on. Hey, let's go to the game.
Yeah, that'd be a good place.
On Monday night. This is rolled foul.
Good changeup. Changeup's nasty tonight. Well, you used to always say this is like the Bay to Breaker every day of the week, although here we insist you wear clothes.
Yeah, that's right. Now, see, I said two. These 4 people, for whatever reason, missed the Bay to Breakers.
Either that or they ran over. Started yesterday and just got here. Well, it is true, though. You never know what you're going to see at this ballpark.
Bernardina bunts this one foul. It's 2-2.
Bernardina from Curaçao was on Team Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic.
Hitting at 132. And the 2-2. Got him.
Elevator. And that's just a good, subtle pitch. And you can go for the knees and use the location above the letters late in the count. And a guy with a side uppercut, see you later. Cannot keep that top hand on it. Second strikeout for Vogelsong.
Here's Jonathan Solano. And he takes a pitch in tight, hitting 167.
Good pitch.
He's only had 6 at bats. He's 1 for 6. And there, Vogelsong gets the call to even the count. This little guy saying hello. Put the kids out to the yard on a Monday night. Belt's got this one, 2 down.
And a nice swing of the bat there, taking that cutter the opposite way. But the old Adam ball working very well right now.
So here's Duke. As Mike said, Duke working out of the bullpen does not have an at bat this season. But overall, if we recall, and the numbers show it, he's a pretty good hitter. Vogelsong knows it. As Mike said, once teammates. And there's a strike to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Same spot. 1 and 2. Two nothing Giants. Giants with 2 runs in the bottom of the second. The Diamondbacks are shutting out Colorado 5-0. That game is in Denver. That's a Pat Corbin start. Boy, is he been good.
I'll say.
He's one of those guys that if he keeps rolling, he could start the All-Star game.
He's got it going tonight.
Line drive over Sandoval for a base hit. So Duke with a 2-out single, and now Vogelsong. This may not be a bad thing, Mike. Vogelsong now pitch out of the stretch for the first time.
Well, this is how you want to do it for the first time. You got a pitcher on base pass, plugging him up, and you got 2 outs. Go get him. Hey, how about the at bat from Duke, though? I mean, he hit that like he's an everyday player. He said he could hit, and that proves it.
By the way, Corbin is 6-0. And, you know, he's shutting out a team that the Giants saw it. I mean, they're a team that's not really swinging the bat right now.
Well, he's a sinker baller, too. And what we saw from the Colorado Rockies, as you pointed out, they're not singing the bat. Yeah, well, they're only scoring 10 a game. But they're high ball hitters. And they proved that in that series. Corbin, who keeps the ball down, is having success against him.
Span takes wide, 1-0. Sandoval, even with 2 outs, is playing in at third. They're trying to shave that outside corner. He's missed now. It's 2-0.
This becomes a big pitch.
So working the kinks out of the stretch for Vogelsong, with Lombardozzi on deck. And a strike. It's 3-1.
You're not getting the same type of width off the plate away to lefties that you're getting off the plate away to right-handers with Jerry Meals, the plate umpire. And that's common for umpires.
Up the middle, and that almost got Vogelsong, and Span's got a base hit. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Lombardozzi. So it really was a pitch that it was a good pitch to hit for Span, and almost got Vogelsong on the shoulder.
It looked like it shaved the number on his back. I was really close. I thought it did hit him. Like he kind of tried to throw his body into it to try and deflect it. And your ERA is in the 8s. I mean, you do stuff like that. He'll take one off the forehead if you can get it out with it.
So here's Lombardozzi, who bounced out to Sandoval at third in the first. Duke at second, Span at first. Giants will play the outfield straight away for Lombardozzi. And he's going to sky this one to center field in the park for Pagan. And that'll end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Top of the order coming up, 2-0 Giants.
Game comes from Bryce Harper. Says there are so many people out there who tell you that you can. What you got to do is turn around and say, "Watch me." He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, we talked about the injury to Harper in Los Angeles. He just acted, for whatever reason, like there was no wall. And he narrowly missed hurting himself very badly.
He put about 6 stitches in his chin and had to miss several games because of a bruise on his shoulder. But he's back in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, he kind of went in chest, right? If he'd have gone in like straight shoulder, trouble.
Well, he's put together. He could take a wall hit, but that's the one lesson you only want to learn one time.
What is he, 20?
20 years old.
Pagan takes a breaking ball for a strike.
And just be thankful it was Dodger Stadium and not Wrigley Field that he decided he wanted to take on a wall.
Pagan's in conversation now with Jerry Meals, and he's not happy. Pagan may have saw the replay of the Buster Posey call third strike.
That's one thing about the modern player. You could definitely get a replay of your at bat quickly. Let's take a look at the pitch that was in question that he did not like. Big breaking ball. I mean, he catch that ball off the dirt. I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, Zach Duke was like, all right, now that I know what the strike zone is, I'm going to keep pounding that area.
He's no fool.
Well, the problem is ball 1, ball 2.
He's a 7-year veteran. He gets the deal.
So it's 3-1. Lifted to left. Bernardina back, and Bernardina on the track will put it away.
We've got some more information about the P's out in left field.
Yep.
Those are the killer P's. They stood up and they had a sign that said Panda, Pince, Pagan, and who am I missing? Posey. Panda, Posey, Pince, and Pagan. Those are the killer P's. Think they're having fun?
Oh, they're thinking.
There's the killer P's.
There's a strike to Scudero, who bounced out to second. Well, you got to be creative when you think about our fans with the pandas and the giraffes and all the different things, right? The angels. There's a line drive to left, and it's going to fall. And that extends the hitting streak to 18 for Marco Scudero.
You know, and during his streak, I can't think of too many cheap ones either. They've all been like this. Line shots.
Well, I will say this, though. He catches a little bit of a break. Bernardina is playing really deep. I mean, yeah, okay, played deep for Sandoval, but. So here is Sandoval, who's 0 for 1. On the ground and a base hit to right field. Scudero will stop at second.
Nice control.
Bring up Buster Posey.
Nice back control. The killer P's are digging it.
All right, so that's the one representing Posey, right?
Yeah, he's the Posey guy.
Oh my goodness. Posey struck out looking. No balls and 1 strike. I think Buster Posey went up there thinking that will not happen again. I will not let the umpire determine my at bat. 0-2.
You get a ball called like he got called for strike 3. How long does that stay with you?
Well, it's going to stay with him as long as that Duke is out there. Because where do you think Zach Duke's going to try to throw this pitch?
He's going to try and backdoor that curveball. Same one he threw to strike him out with in the first inning.
That or a fastball in, one or the other. And Posey skies it to center field. Span backpedaling.
Well, there was that fastball you're talking about, and it did jam him.
Well, it tied him up enough where what he got was a fly ball to center field. You're right.
And that's what Zach Duke wants. I mean, he wants to get your at bat determined within 3 pitches. He wants to determine as to how hard you hit it. And believe me, that's his mindset. He thinks he can, if he's pitching right, determine how hard you hit the ball.
The called strike to Posey had everything to do with the last at bat. Here's Pence, who singled in the 2nd inning, scored the Giants' first run.
And that was strike 3 to Posey in his first at bat.
It really was.
I said it was the first inning. He was leading off the 2nd inning with that.
The look to second. And it's low, and it's 2-0. And it's tapped just behind home plate. And now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. This will be a 3-game series, a day off on Thursday. The Giants' last day off, if you remember, was in Toronto. So a full day off at home is always good for everybody. Two and two.
Little sinker. Got him to chase.
And then Friday, the Rockies again.
The payback series.
2 and 2. Three and 2. So Belt is on deck, who singled in the 2nd. Scudero and Sandoval will be on the move. Here's the payoff to Pence, and Pence hits one on the ground sharply to Lombardozzi, and that'll end the inning. Harper, Zimmerman, LaRoche, the big fellas coming up.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
Giants with 2 runs in the second inning. They lead 2-0. Second time round for Harper, Zimmerman, and LaRoche.
Hey, the Gamer Babes are here.
Harper struck out to end the first inning. And he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Nationals stranded a pair in the third. We've had 2 singles in this game. And there's a strike to even the count. It's a good shot. And the 1-1 is down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
Pure baseball player right here. Lives it. Everything about this kid says one thing: I'm a baseball player.
And he digs that one out, and our ball dude really hasn't quite figured out yet his responsibilities, and one is to actually get up and go off after a ball.
That's Seth Jacobs. And he'll figure it out.
Two and two. And a full count. Pretty good take right there for Harper.
Harper breaks into the big leagues at age 19. And what the Nationals are saying is that this kid's got so much talent, he's going to be asked to learn the game at the big league level. And you better have a pretty strong foundation, confidence-wise, in order to attempt that.
Rolls this one out to Scudero. And on the 3-2 pitch, Vogelsong gets the ground ball.
Yeah, a nice changeup on that 3-2 pitch. All right, time now for our AT&T trivia question. If you know the answer to the question, you can answer it at CSN Giants. Bryce Harper is the youngest National League player to win Rookie of the Year. Who's the youngest Giant to win Rookie of the Year?
Here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman hit one back to Vogelsong. And he starts him off for the curveball for a strike.
Zimmerman did not like that call. He thought it was low. Tried to backdoor changeup, just missed. You see the movement on the changeup. You can adjust the movement on your changeup just by changing grips. Throw that changeup on a 4-seam grip or throw it with a 2-seam grip. You will get different movement. You will get different speeds, just like the fastball.
It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Adam LaRoche is on deck. And Zimmerman waited nicely on that breaking ball, and he lines it into right field for a base hit. He saw it on the first pitch, and then he saw it again a couple of pitches later.
Hands stay back, just a little pause there, go the opposite way. And this is such a big league at bat. And he's got a lot of things going. That's a big leg hitch. But the hands stayed back and the foot got down early. 2 very important things to being a good hitter. And not necessarily in that order.
LaRoche hit one to the wall in center field his last time up, and here he takes a strike. And the next pitch is wide. Started out with the Braves. Had some good years with Pittsburgh. Got a couple of at-bats with the Red Sox. Back with Atlanta. Remember in 2010, he was with the D-backs. Inside corner 1-2 with Arizona in 2010. He had 25 home runs and 100 RBIs. Last year, 33 home runs, 100 RBIs.
And he is a notorious slow starter.
He's a starter for tomorrow night, Steven Strasburg. 1-2 to LaRoche. He's an upright hitter with a slightly open stance. Since we've watched him come to the big leagues, that stance has hardly changed at all. Out of play as he spoils the pitch down and away.
Yeah, we always talk about today's modern hitters are taught to use the middle of the field, which is why over the last decade and a half, defenses have started to pinch towards the gap in the middle, and they give lines on both sides of the field to hitter. But a guy like LaRoche, I mean, he looks like he's an old throwback to the era where you would see pull hitters on every team. Ballparks were built so that you could take advantage of a pull hitter. Well, I mean, I think he looks to yank. As you mentioned, he's got 3 home runs in the McCovey Cove. And that ties him for the most with Carlos Delgado for an opponent player hitting balls into the Cove. He looks to yank.
Harper watching. Zimmerman at first. 2-2 to LaRoche with Ian Desmond on deck. Pops this one up. Sandoval is going to give chase, and this one's going to drift into the seats. It looked like the wind tried to push it back.
Take a look at the swing in our X-Mo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. A little bit of a reach there on the off-speed pitch. But for the most part, you're always going to see him with that Y. His body is always going to stay between the legs. And that doesn't mean he can't hit the ball to left field. He's a good hitter. He'll use the whole field. But basically, I think, especially early in the count, he looks to yank.
Well, there was a challenge right there, and it remains 2-2.
He was on that one.
Sandoval is way off the line at third. Crawford shading LaRoche to pull as well. On the ground to Scudero. Scudero to Crawford. Crawford to Belt. And that's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Belt, Torres, Crawford coming up.
Bottom of the fourth, and with me right now, John Lasseter, Chief Creative Officer for Pixar. And it is Pixar night, and we are so glad you're here with us. Listen, when you were described as a fan, they didn't say you're a fan. You're a die-hard Giants fan.
Die-hard Giants fan, yeah. In fact, this Hawaiian shirt I've worn at all the World Series. So they won the World Series because of this shirt. I gotta tell you, I haven't washed it since then, so...
I'm doing okay, though. I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
his wife Nancy with him, his son Jackson, all big fans. And John, you had the honor of throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Take us through that. What was that like?
I was petrified. Ryan Vogelsong came to visit Pixar a few weeks ago, and we had so much fun with his wife Nicole and my new best friend Ryder, his son. And Ryan just said, John, one bit of advice. Don't put it in the dirt, they'll boo. And I've been petrified ever since. Jackson, my son, was the coach. He taught me, and we did a lot of practice. So I did well.
Kudos to Jackson. You did not bounce it.
I didn't bounce it.
A lot of fun stuff happening here at the park because of Pixar Night. Mike and Sully were with you, your characters.
Mike and Sully was here, and look at this. We have the special shirt. They are true Giants fans, Mike and Sully. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
New movie coming out, Monsters University.
Monsters University comes out in June, later in June, and we're very excited. It's very funny. Very funny. It's a prequel to Monsters Incorporated. So it happens before. It's how they became best friends at college. It's a college movie.
I have a couple of little ones that are going to want to see that. All right, lastly, before we let you go, because I know you want to watch this game, fun thing happening that Pixar employees, John himself, are comparing Giants to Pixar characters, and you chose... Buster Posey reminded you of who?
Lightning McQueen, because they were both rookies of the year, exceptionally talented, natural talents. They're humble at times, they're humble. But look at the eyes. Lightning McQueen and Buster Posey, same eyes.
Now that same movie, Cars, has a couple of announcers in it. Do they remind you of Dwayne and Mike?
Oh yeah. Well, I have to tell you. Not only here in San Francisco, we have one of the greatest baseball teams, but we have the greatest broadcast team, too. You guys do an amazing job. And as a fan, I thank you. I thank all of you. You do a great job.
John Lasseter from Pixar, thank you for joining us. It's so awesome to meet this guy. Dwayne and Mike.
All right, thanks,
Giants.
Amy. Thanks, John. Just so John doesn't start comparing characters to broadcasters. By the way, Belt extended that at bat just so John could get all of that in.
I like that. You kind of remind me of Mater. Be good.
Here's Torres. Torres on the ground in the hole. Belt and Torres are both 2 for 2. How about that?
Well, we are huge Pixar fans, and it's pretty neat when you have children and grandchildren, because everybody in our clan loves everything coming out of Pixar.
Yeah, for a while there when the kids were growing up, it was the only thing we were watching. It's like, can we watch something else? So here's Crawford. Giants with 7 hits in this game, 6 singles and a Torres double.
Craig Stammen, the right-hander, starting to get heated up quickly. And remember, Zach Duke, this is an emergency start. He's on 52 pitches, and I don't think they really think they're going to get a whole lot more than 60, 70 max out of him.
Is that Steve McCaddy?
That's the big cat. One of the really good pitching coaches in this game, and a great guy.
Former really good Oakland A pitcher.
He was there with the early 80s. Billy Ball was alive and well, and he was on that pitching staff that led the world in complete games.
He did. Good guy. Known Steve a very long time. Lived here in Danville for close to 20 years. Our kids are about the same age. Crawford with a ground ball to second. It knocked in a run in the second. In the dirt. Nice block by Solano, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
And they say Solano is a good blocker, and he just proved it. Watch the glove go down. That's proper positioning for a glove. Cover up that hole between your legs. Let your chest protector become your glove. Quick body slide. Again, he goes down and blocks the slider in the dirt.
Well, he's trying to get Crawford to fish, and he's not. Two and 0 to Crawford. And a strike. Crawford probably sitting on something away. And the 2-1. Crawford on the ground. Foul.
Sweet hands, Roberto Kelly. I think that's the first play we've seen Roberto make this year.
Well, it's all about the speed and about the hop.
So you have to have a high hop.
High hop and slow.
Perfect.
2-2. Three and 2.
I'm swinging at that.
So here's the payoff. Crawford hits it up the middle. It's knocked down, and the play will go to second, and they get 1. So Duke actually made a nice play.
Ball was hit well. 2 strikes, you're taught to go back up the middle. Pretty simple approach. It's worked all year for Brandon Crawford. Here takes some swing out, hits the ball sharply, and just a nice play from Duke. And they get the force at second. But right now we're going to answer our AT&T trivia question. Question tonight. Bryce Harper is the youngest national to win Rookie of the Year. Who is the youngest Giant to accomplish this feat? Reserve said. Oh, Willie Mays.
Come on.
When in doubt, say Willie Mays or Willie McCovey.
Any of the walking monuments, absolutely. Well, Davy Johnson's coming out, so the night is over for Duke.
Zook.
There's some of the other young Rookie of the Year. Let's see, Gooden, Kenny Hubbs, who died young, and Johnny Bench. Well, it's time for a Change Things Speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back.
New pitcher now for the Nationals will be Craig Stammen, 3-year veteran, 6'3", 215-pounder, the 12th time that he has come in. There's his record, good numbers. I mean, 22 strikeouts against 5 walks in 20 innings, only 20 base runners allowed. Former starter, converted in that bullpen. He'll give you a lot of sinkers, curveball, slider, changeup.
Well, we'll see what Vogelsong is being asked to do. And he's going to bunt this one, and here comes Belt, and Belt's going to score, and out at first is Vogelsong.
With a good bunter, you can make the play. It's not a squeeze, it's a safety squeeze. But you've got to have a good jump from that runner at third, and Belt worked it perfect. Once Bell identifies that that ball's on the ground, it's his choice to go. But you can have no hesitation. You have to identify, now you go. And he worked it perfect. The only out they could get is a first, so they get a run in. They get a run in score position. That was a thing of beauty.
And now Crawford at second with Pagan at the plate. And Pagan takes a breaking ball down low. Pagan, listen to these numbers. 8 for 12 against Stammen with 2 doubles and 2 triples.
That's ownage.
Two balls and no strikes.
Well, Stammen knows it too. He's got an open base and he's pitching like he knows it. Nibbling. Beautiful thing about a sinker ball, the perfect pitch to nibble with is the sinker. You throw it at the bottom of the strike zone, let it drop out of the strike zone down. The lower that ball gets from a sinker ball, the heavier it gets, the harder it is to lift.
So Stammen gets the strike at the knees. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The RBI for Vogelsong is second of the year, and it makes it 3-0. Crawford with his lead.
Generous strikes.
Pagan's not happy again, is he?
No.
Is he? Body language, verbally.
Now this is a 2-1 pitch, and there's not a pitcher on the planet that doesn't want that one. The only good news is it was the second strike and not the third.
Well, he's probably going to throw it there again. And it forces Pagan to swing at it, and it remains 2-2.
Oh, you're right. He's got no choice. You got to cover him. You have to expand. There have been a couple of strikes called on Pagan tonight. One hitting right-handed, and this last one hitting left-handed. But honestly, we haven't seen call a strike all year.
Two pitch. And a full count. Scudero in the on-deck circle.
Playing towards the left center field gap. Basically, it's a pitch of Moy, play Moy defense.
Pagan down the right field line. Pagan's going to have a 2-bagger. Coming in to score is Crawford, and it's 4-0. Ownage
is ownage. 5 lifetime extra base hits against Stammen, and they set the target away. You watch on the replay, they set this target outside, and look where the ball goes. Right middle in, you see Stamos reach across, Solano reach across. And the inside mistake and a 2-strike count with Pagan expanding, and he just rakes it right past LaRoche at first.
So here's Scudero with Pagan now in scoring position. And Scudero takes low and away. Scudero extended his hitting streak to 18 with a single in the third.
We close the books on Zach Duke. All 4 of those runs are his.
Scudero, base hit center field. Here comes Pagan. 5-0 Giants.
Now for the Giants, this has to feel like an exorcism. Set an outside target. I mean, it's right to the glove. Inside outs, that backdoor sink. And gets it right past the outstretched arm of Lombardozzi. And with 2 outs, and good speed and a good jump, an easy score for Pagan.
So here's Sandoval. 2-hit games. Segura for Milwaukee with 20. Scudero now with 19. As Pagan looks at a strike.
Back the first couple weeks of the season, he couldn't buy a hit.
Yeah, everybody was worried. Sandoval takes low.
Hey, the Panda people are here.
Yeah, they're here every night. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Sandoval out of the box, has a little meeting with himself.
Some orange sneakers.
Sandoval 1 for 8 in his career against Stammen. Line drive caught by LaRoche, and that'll end the inning. Giants with a 5-0 lead as we head to the 5th.
is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company.
Giants with a 5-0 lead. Vogelsong will take that to the 5th inning, where he'll be facing Desmond, Bernardina, and Solano.
Oh yeah, all smiles tonight. The boys are back in town.
Desmond ended the 2nd inning with a fly ball to Hunter Pence. He's 0 for 1. First pitch strike. Oh, that was the one thing about Vogelsong in Toronto. He had no problems going 0-1. His problems started after he got to 0-1. Scudero. 1 out.
Well, NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit led by Tony Kovaleski. Well, who are they? They're an award-winning team of 14 journalists, that's who, dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The Investigative Unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
Here's Bernardina. Bernardina struck out on a high fastball in the 3rd inning. 0-1. One ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss for Vogelsong on that 89-mile-an-hour fastball. 65 pitches, so he's right on pace.
Exactly. At the end of the 5th inning, you want to be 75 or less. Excellent pitch. A lot of umpires, your history. Go right back up there. He'll swing at it.
Scudero kicks it around from the outfield grass. It'll be an error on Scudero.
That ball hit the lip?
I don't think it did. But as an infielder, always in your mind you think that it might. It hit about 4 inches in front of the lip.
Just catches him on the little finger of the glove hand. And that'll put Vogelsong back in the stretch.
For Solano. In tight to Solano. Vogelsong at the belt. In tight again, 2-0.
Pitching for that ground ball, trying to pound that inside corner with a 2-seamer. Pulled off that fastball just a little bit. Just open that front side just a little bit. Lost control of that pitch inside. Solano wants to swing the bat. He had walked all year.
Vogelsong comes in with a strike. It's 2-1.
And that's the area he's trying to pound.
Crawford, Scudero, double play depth. Belt holding on Bernardina. Posey setting up in again. Runner goes. Swinging a fly ball. Pagan moving over and under. And he will put it away. 2 outs. And that'll bring up the pitcher. Stamen. Stammen, I beg your pardon. Stammen has had 1 at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the season.
Now, this is entertainment right here. He is a pretty good hitter. That 205 lifetime average, that's in 78 at bats. So 78 bats, you get a pretty good idea about a guy. Hey, the Gamer Babes are here. And where do Gamer Babes come from? They come from Gamer Babes.
No balls and 1 strike. Cued right off the end of the bat, and it's now 0-2.
That's a pretty good curveball right there, and Stammen was not fooled. He stayed back on it. Stammen from Coldwater, Ohio.
Oh, 2 with Bernardina at first. And that pitch is high. 1-2. This will be pitch number 75 from Vogelsong. And it's low. 2-2. Tomorrow, Matt Cain against Steven Strasburg. Pretty good matchup.
Great matchup. A couple of premier right-handers going at each other.
Well, Stammen, I think, recognized that a little early and got a piece of it.
Well, he can hit a curveball, that's for sure. He's seen 2 in this at bat, and he's had good swings at both of them.
So Bernardina with his lead. And now full count. So this turned out to be pretty good at bat.
Well, he's gotten 5 pitches out of him.
And he walked him.
Well, a very close pitch. But that's kind of how the game goes when you've had problems in the 5th inning. And even with a 5-0 lead, pitching to a pitcher with 2 outs, you don't seem to get the call when you think you made a pretty good pitch. Just a bit high, a bit inside.
So here's Span.
But 2 of the last 3 starts, I mean, he was cruising until he got to the 5th inning, and then all of a sudden it got weird on him. So he's getting tested right now.
Hit on the ground to Belt. Belt will take it himself, and that will end the inning. For the Giants, Buster Posey will lead things off.
Donald's true stories, and this date in Giants history, we go back to May 20th, 2006, and that's when Barry Bonds tied Babe Ruth for second on the all-time home run list with his 714th career home run. A solo shot off Brad Halsley, leading off the second inning at Oakland's McAfee Stadium. Giants would eventually outlast the A's 4-2 in 10 innings. I remember that.
Yep.
We need to see that guy. He needs to come around.
So Posey will lead things off. Posey, Pence, and Belt. Buster Posey, base hit, left field. So Buster Posey doesn't wait him around. He finds a hole between Zimmerman and Desmond.
Well, the killer P's are digging it. Posey, Pence, Pagan, Panda. Those unis right there are licensed to have fun. That's what they are.
Here's Pence. Here's my take on those four. They threw the milkman jerseys away in outfits, and this is what they came up with.
Last year they were the milkmen and the milkmaids. This year, the killer peas. I like it.
Down low to Pence.
You can't keep a good attitude down.
You cannot. Yeah, see, it's a good attitude.
Yeah, she likes Angel Pagan. Why wouldn't you?
Pence off the end of the bat. Desmond to Lombardozzi, and that's a double play.
Nice turn.
Well, when you're away from the Bay Area and you can't watch the Giants live, you can take your team with you with MLB.tv. Visit MLB.tv to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Belt is 2 for 2. Be nice to see Brendan Belt get hot and then stay hot for a while.
Yeah, like about 4.5 months.
Two singles, and he scored twice. Giants with 10 hits in the game. 8 singles and 2 doubles. 2-0. He hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here.
You mean hot like that?
That was a big fly. For Belt is 6th of the year.
Well, count leverage sitting on a 2-0 count. Stammen came across the plate with a fastball middle in. He set up outside. There you see, middle in, thigh high. And this is room service.
Andres Torres shoots it up the middle and a base hit. Torres has got 3 hits. And he's now 3 for 3.
Now, from the side, watch the backside throw. That left knee drops, and here's the power. And for a big man, 6'5", that is a quick stroke.
He does not have the classic follow through.
It almost looks like he's on his front foot when he's swinging.
So here's Brandon Crawford, who's 0 for 2. But he's got an RBI and he scored a run. Crawford takes wide. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodgers have won. Diamondbacks have won. And the Giants are leading. Torres back. I give you the scores that I care about, okay?
Well, I kept waiting for the rest of the National League.
No, I just the ones I care about. This is hit up the middle slowly. Desmond will not throw. And an infield hit for Crawford, and he'll take it.
Well, Andres Torres just sort of swings into the grass in the infield to avoid contact with Desmond. And Desmond, I don't know if he had a grip on the ball or what. I thought he still had a play to get Crawford when he got to it.
I think you're right.
So it allows Vogelsong to come up this inning. That's 4 hits in this inning, 13 on the night for the Giants. You don't think these guys love playing here? Wow.
Oh my goodness. That hit Vogelsong. And I mean, did it hit the bat?
I think it may have pinched his hand. I don't know if it caught the finger or the back of his hand. If it pinched the little finger and it didn't break it, that would probably be the best case scenario.
No, I don't think it pinched anything. I just think it hit him in the back of the hand.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And he's done. So the bases are going to be loaded.
Baby Johnson's upset because he's saying he swung. And he did. I mean, that's a swing and a half. That caught hand.
Oh, goodness.
And he'll go right into the x-ray room here at the ballpark. Got him right, looked like on the fingers of his right hand.
Well, how about that? You're throwing the ball great.
Having your best start of the year. And in the bottom of the 5th, you get hit on your throwing hand. Unbelievable.
I mean, they may be, Mike, trying to take care of him down below to see if they can get the sting out.
Well, they're going to rule a strike. I mean, he's not going. It's not going to be a bases loaded situation.
Yeah, you're right.
Noon's going to finish the at bat.
So Lopez now getting loose, and he's hurrying up, but I don't think he has to. So here's Noonan. The count is no balls and 1 strike.
Well, now you hold your breath.
Now you do.
Until you find out what the injury is and the extent of it. You're hoping it's just a bruise and he'll be fine and won't miss a start.
Curveball to Noonan, 1-2. Giants with a run here in the 5th, and speed at second base, and a 1-2 count to Noonan. Blocked by Solano. So Stammen replaced Duke. This is hit on the ground. Lombardozzi from the outfield grass, and they just get Noonan to end the inning. Belt's home run. It's his 6th of the year. It's bye-bye baby. 6th inning coming up. Be Steven Strasburg against Matt Cain, and you can join us right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, 6:30 Giants pregame live, and then game 2, and that's our Chevron pitching matchup.
That'll be a dandy. A couple aces going head to head. 6-0 here as we go to the top of the 6th inning, and Javier Lopez is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Javier Lopez, 19th time that he's come in. And this is not your normal relief appearance. He'll have as much time as he wants to get ready. Normally, when you come in between the lines out of the bullpen, you've got 8 pitches, then you're forced to get going. That's it. But when there's an injury, you can take as many as you want. And we will relay the information about Ryan Vogelsong as soon as we find out. All of us very concerned.
All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, Dwayne, switching topics just a little bit. We've got Abby. It is her 10-year birthday. She's a big Giants fan. She's going to show you how much. Abby, who is the bench coach for the San Francisco Giants?
Ron Wotus.
Awesome. And if you want to know more about Ron Wotus, I interviewed him today. It's an ABG's Giants exclusive. Are you going to check it out?
Yes.
Oh, good girl. All right, csnberry.com. Guys, Ron talks about the rough road trip. The coaches wear it too. He also talks about what Giants pitcher he would like to see throw against which Giants batter. Who's your favorite Giant?
Hunter Pence.
That would be a good one. Guys, check it out, csnberry.com.
All right, Amy. So that would be like what? Rapping with Wody. Wolfing with Wody.
Wolfing with Wody.
So here's Lopez to face Lombardozzi. First pitch strike. Rapping with Ron.
Well, you know what they call the President of the United States?
I don't.
They call him POTUS. President of the United States. So that means that Ron Wotus would be
Wotus,
the President of the United States.
Here's the 1-1 to Lombardozzi. 1-2.
I'm just saying.
In tight, 2-2.
I think it's dropped 25 degrees since the first pitch. It was hot today. It was like 80 degrees here in the city. The weather has changed.
Got him.
Nice slider down and in. Back foot slider. Got him. Big time movement coming right across the plate. Well, you may have heard, and it's true, a post-game fireworks show has been added to the Friday night's game versus the Rockies on May 24th. You can start off the week, the Memorial Day weekend, with the Giants at AT Park. Check out that 7:15 game. Great tickets still available. And you are not going to want to miss the Round Table Pizza fireworks show on Friday night right after the game. So go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets.
0-1 to Harper. With Zimmerman to follow. Vogelsong goes 5, allows 3 hits, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Nice.
Yeah, he threw the ball beautifully tonight. His changeup was really a tremendous pitch.
1-2.
But you know, with Vogelsong, it's always his command. When he's got it going, he'll pitch as good with just the fastball as anybody in baseball. A huge shot in the arm for this Giants starting staff. Get him back on track.
Harper's going to see everything Lopez has got.
I'm telling you, Bryce Harper is single-handedly going to bring those Sox back.
That is not going to happen.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of kids around baseball, around this country, that are big Bryce Harper fans. They are going to be rocking the Sox.
Crawford. 2 down.
I'll tell you the other thing about Bryce Harper, you will never accuse that kid from going anything but 100%. He was busting his tail down that line.
By the way, there is another score that I'm interested in.
What's that?
Padres 2, Cardinals 2. That game in the 6th inning. Zimmerman is 1 for 2. Here he takes a strike. You see Gene Machi going down to the bullpen. Oh, and 2.
Boy, pulled the string on that one. Had Zimmerman way out front, and he has been in such a groove of late. He's not easy to get off that back foot. And that time he was reaching.
One and 2. Got him. And what a nice inning for Javier Lopez. Top of the order coming up.
Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, now in its 7th season, the Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher Program recognizes Bay Area teachers that make a difference. The 2013 All-Star Teacher, brought to you by Provident Credit Union, is here, and you can vote. Go to csnbayarea.com and vote for the 2013 All-Star Teacher. Check out finalist bios and video features. And remember, the winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school.
Here's Pagan. Pagan is 1 for 3. And Stammen with a big breaking ball, and it's 0-1. All right. What is this, prom?
Oh, yeah. They got it going.
I think these guys came without dates. Judging by their moves, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and guess what?
Yeah.
They'll probably be going home without them, too.
Yeah, well, Mom, we tried, but they kept saying no.
Yeah, they're having fun.
Pagan fouls it out of play.
Oh, yeah. They've got a couple of recruits in there.
Yeah, they're trying.
They need to work on that choreography.
There's strike 3 called to Pagan.
Now, we talked about the hit streaks. Marco Scudero extended his tonight with an 18-gamer. Got a couple of hits. Adam LaRoche came in tonight with a 16-game hitting streak. And he's got an 0 for 2 so far.
Scudero, 2 for 3. And there's a strike at the knees. So, is there a party boat taking a hike? The hornblower. Desmond backs up, but still plenty of arm strength. 2 outs. So our group of kids have a good time.
Yeah, that's a great time of year for seniors.
Reminds me of, you see the Peas, one of my son's friend's mother. If you don't get a date to prom, you're grounded. Remember? It was tough. Oh, it became a great story in our house. Here's Sandoval, who swings and misses.
That's pressure. Came through with flying colors, though.
Yes, he did. 0-1 to Sandoval. Sandoval hit a bullet in the fourth inning that was caught by LaRoche. He singled in the third. He's 1 for 3.
Next pitch for Stam will be number 40 on the night.
Still waiting word on Ryan Vogelsong. 2-1 pitch. Lined in the left field, a base hit.
Can hit. And if you go back and replay his at bats tonight, he is not over swinging. He is a couple of opposite field base hits. He's really had nice bat hit control tonight. This is not a hanger either. He goes down right at the knees and takes it the other way. I mean, Kirk Stammen made a good pitch on him. That's what's unique about the Panda. And when he gets a hit, it lights up the crowd.
Here's Posey. And a strike to Buster Posey, who singled in the fifth. Behind Tim Flannery. Into that well down the left field line. And it's 0-2.
Cal guy brought his glove.
Low. 1-2.
We've watched Solano, the catcher for the Nationals, really block everything tonight. There's nothing left by him. Breaking balls are usually the prettiest easy ones to block, but when they bounce out in front of home plate, then you can get some height on them. That's when they get a little unpredictable. Nice play.
Posey turns this one over. Might have broke his bat. And it remains 1-2. Uh-oh. Is that a happy fan?
Yes, it is. Got a Buster Posey foul ball. Psyched. Dude, I didn't hurt your back when I came over the top, did I? That's a Christmas card smile right there.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Posey. New lumber. And Buster Posey says, "Get out of my kitchen," and he stays alive.
You ever break two bats in the same at bat?
Absolutely.
Back in the day, that was catastrophic.
I remember packing 4 bats for a road trip. Posey again in on his hands. And this ball is going to be blown back, and Buster Posey's retired, and that'll end the inning. I think he's a little surprised by that. 6-0 Giants.
upper deck? No way!
All right, let's take a look at our Toyota game summary, and it's brought to you by, of course, your local Toyota dealer. Zach Duke got roughed up for 4 earned runs in 3+ innings. Vogelsong was very good. He left the game. He got hit on the hand. Belt and Torres are 6 for 6. And the Giants have 6 different players with an RBI. How about that? I didn't even notice that.
Well,
this was a proposal. She said yes. The young lady in the green. As LaRoche rolls this one foul, and everybody got a little tearful. Yep. Oh, fun at the yard. Hard to sit on that ring for 5 innings, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And he did.
Was he waiting for the
kiss cam?
For the kiss cam, and
so the kiss cam focused on this couple. She jumped up and gave a big kiss, and he whipped out the ring.
Met maybe before the game.
Could have been.
What a magical place this is.
Yeah.
Strike at the knees to LaRoche. It's 1-2. Yes. Uh-oh. He's not shaking. He's hanging in there pretty good. Yeah. Can I try it on first?
No, you have to say yes before you can try it on. It's great. She had a good reaction. Started crying. That's what you're looking for.
Yep.
Tears of joy.
Let me think about it is not the response that you want.
Can you give me an inning to think about it?
Swing and a miss. Get up to the minute. The minute you're up with Today in the Bay. See breaking news, your weather forecast, and real-time traffic. Watch Today in the Bay weekday starting at 4:30 a.m. on NBC Bay Area. Here's Bruce Bochy's coming out.
Now, Javier Lopez is going to have to feel pretty good about this outing. 4 up, 4 down, 3 strikeouts.
And it's time for a change. Think Speedy, oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We will be back.
Area is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Giants 6, Nationals nothing. They pounded out 14 hits.
The pitcher now for Bruce Bochy is Gene Machi. 11th time that he has come in, and he's been fantastic. Those are great numbers. 16 base runners and 12 1/3. Fastball slider split. And we're talking healthy fastball too. Anywhere between 90 and 95.
So Desmond steps up. He's 0 for 3. He's popped out twice. once to Pence and once to Scudero. And Machi right there both times, nothing in 2.
See Henry Rodriguez, one of the hardest throwers in the game, warming up. He's always fun to watch, just because of the flames that he could bring up there.
Got him, and that's a 3-pitch. See you later.
Now 3 backdoor sinkers and just nailing on the outside corner. It's a rough at bat when you don't pull a trigger one time. He got no swings. And here's the payoff pitch. There has been width on that side of the plate against right-handers all night long, and Machi took advantage of it 3 times.
Here's Bernardina. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
Now that's a pud right there.
That's got a great pocket. When that ball hits that pocket, I guarantee you hear a pop.
Yeah, I guarantee it too. That's a good one. And look at it. He's oiled it, taking care of it.
Old Wilson, right? Skied out to left for Andres Torres. And that'll end the inning. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball. 7th inning stretch time. The Killer Peas and other great groups. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Henry Rodriguez, the new pitcher now for the Nationals, and this guy can put some petrol on it. 10 strikeouts in 12 2/3. As I mentioned, one of the hardest throwers in the game. You're going to see some fastballs between 96 and 100 miles an hour. He can get it up there, triple digits. Got a little slider and a changeup to go with it. Don't see that many changeups. Tyler Moore goes into left field.
Stuck it up on the bubble gum.
Look at that gum mix, just right.
So Hunter Pence will lead things off. Pence 1 for 3. Right out of bed, Hunter Pence has to jump out of the way. Down low.
95. That one was 96. Does not lack for arm speed.
Three and 0.
Took a little while to try to get in the strike zone there. Rodriguez in his third year. You might remember he came up with Oakland in 2009.
And that's a 4-pitch walk. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
Gentlemen, 1978. It was Davey Johnson's last year in the majors. Of course, now the manager for the Nats. It was Bruce Bochy's first year in the majors. You wouldn't think the two have much in common, but they are old friends. In fact, Bruce told me today that Davey was a roving batting instructor when Bruce was playing for the Mets. He gave him so many good tips that he became a big threat at the plate. Bruce said that he gave him an extra 5 years, extended that career 5 years in the majors because of what Davey Johnson shared with him about his batting stance. And this is big news. Bruce Bochy has asked Davey Johnson to be on his all-star coaching staff in New York in July. Gentlemen?
All right. Amy, is that a scoop? That's right. Bruce Bochy will manage the National League All-Star team. Yeah, that game will be at Citi Field in New York. That's a good place to have an All-Star game. Think that would be some excitement around there?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Belt who takes a strike.
96-mile-an-hour fastball. Belt's had a pretty good night. 3 hits, 2 singles, a home run, and scored 3 times.
This was the home run. He hit it where the big boys hit him.
Well, a 2-0 count against Stammen, who had to come into him. Misses location. They set up outside. It comes in middle in. And for the 6th time this year, Brandon Belt got to take a free ride around the bags.
There's a strike. That one at the knees, 2-2. Pence with his lead. And Belt shoots this one foul.
Now that was a changeup. That's an 88-mile-an-hour changeup.
Nice catch.
And what happened? He brings his glove and makes a play. There's his reward. High fives and kisses. And all because he brought his glove to the yard.
Pretty nice block.
Well, yeah. An awful hard thrower. You got to be committed on these. Well, he has been putting on a clinic blocking balls tonight. Jonathan Solano. Put that on his resume. Exceptional ball blocker.
Pence goes. Belt's got another hit. Belt is 4 for 4. I said to him before the game, I said, get some hits. You know, he's not a big talker, right? So his response, well, I can do that. And he has.
Well, you have to do that again tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'll tell him to get some hits.
There you go. That's how it works. Little toe tap, stay back. Knee-high fastball at 96, turns on it. Hit number 4. And for Belt, started tonight hitting 241. He's now hitting 263. And that's what a 4-hit night will do for you. Andres Torres with 3 hits tonight. A chance for a 4-hit night.
That's right. He came in hitting 224. So he's now at 253.
They load up the left side of the field. Think he's going to hit the ball to the left. Pitch him away, play more.
And LaRoche is going to come home, and Pence is going to get into a rundown. And they got him. That'll be a fielder's choice. In a perfect world, you'd like to be able to get that runner, which would have been Belt, to third. But you got to give Solano credit for doing a good job. Right here.
Well, you run him back to the lesser bag, and that's the plan. Executed perfectly. But it did prevent a double play.
One and 0 to Crawford. Strike at the knees. Gregor Blanco is on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the 7th inning. Giants with 15 hits tonight. So waiting word on the injury to Ryan Vogelsong. Three and one.
Pitch right there at 98. Rodriguez is thinking, where was that?
Blanco will hit with the bases loaded. Crawford has been at bat 4 times, and he's done something positive every time up. They are announcing that Brian Vogelsong, after x-rays, has a fractured right hand.
Unbelievable.
Little flare out to left, and Desmond's going to catch it. If you just tuned in, Vogelsong is at the plate, and while swinging, instead of making contact with the bat, the ball hit Vogelsong. And as much as we were hoping that it wasn't serious, I don't think you and I are surprised.
No. The way it's been going for him this year, I'm not surprised at all. Unbelievable. Best start he's had all year. Was dealing tonight, really back on track for the first time. Very positive outing. And he gets hit by a pitch in the hand and breaks his throwing hand. Unbelievable.
So here's Pagan.
Another nice block from Solano. You're talking about a 6-week injury at the very least. So now you're looking right around All-Star break before you might get a chance to get it back if you're lucky.
There's a strike to Pagan. Belt, Torres, Crawford are your base runners.
That's the bad part about sports, is injuries are part of it, unfortunately. One good thing about it is that you are going to get him back this year. It's not an injury that's going to take him out the rest of the season. But certainly not good news at all, the Giants camp, in regards to Ryan Vogelsong.
.100 miles per hour. And that pitch, by the way, was low. So it's 2-2 to Pagan. And Pagan flips it into center field. The bat goes flying. Belt scores. Torres scores. And the Giants add on. It's 8-0. So a 2-hit night and a couple of more RBIs for Pagan. And Scudero's going to hit.
Giants have put on their hitting shoes. You think that this team is not uplifted walking into this ballpark? 16 hits on the night.
Here's Scudero. Scudero is 2 for 4. Two balls and no strikes. And a strike. Looked like Scudero was taking all the way. Three and one. And if you're thinking that Davey Johnson is going to use anybody else, at least in this inning, forget it.
Well, I mean, he has to leave Rodriguez out there. This was a bullpen game from the very beginning.
Coming in is Span, and that'll end the inning. So a long inning. Giants score twice. 8th inning coming up.
ball game. Going to feature Matt Cain on the hill. And then he'll be taking on Steven Strasburg. That is a 7:15 game. Then on Wednesday at 12:45 start, it'll be Madison Bumgarner against Gio Gonzalez. So excellent pitching online for these next 2 ball games. Plenty of tickets left. So go to sfgiants.com, get yourself some tickets. Get on out of here. We're having a ball. New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy will be Santiago Casilla. 21st time that he's come in. 3-2 on the year with a 2.00 ERA.
Here's Solano.
Gregor Blanco stays in the game. He comes out, plays center field. Angel Pagan is done for the night.
Solano is 0 for 2. Crawford has to give ground to get a better hop, and Belt digs it out. Nice play.
That really was a nice play. If you watch Brandon Belt, I mean, he didn't panic. He knew he was going to get a low hop. He did not go out into a stretch. He knew he didn't have to with Solano running, so he stayed back, got into a catcher's crouch, got low to the one hop, and made it look easy.
So here's more. If you're looking down the road as to the next spot in the rotation that would have been Vogelsong's, it's Sunday against the Rockies. So that's the amount of time the Giants will have to try to figure out what they're going to do. Up and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
I mean, they do have an off day Thursday, so they could stay on the rotation and basically miss him one time.
But there is no joy in that man's face right now.
No, in the face of Brian Sabian. And Ryan Vogelsong's story is one where he's been battling trying to get back on track mechanically, and tonight, I mean, he had it going. And now he has a setback of over a month. But I mean, that's part of it, unfortunately.
The one thing, Mike, that has been a staple, there's a walk to more, is the health of the starters. We've seen guys get nicked up in the bullpen, but that has not been the case the last 3 years with starters.
No, they've been solid. They don't miss starts.
And there are your starters right there.
And I can tell you right now what they're talking about.
Yeah, what can we do? Here's Span. Strike to Span, and it's 0-1. And that's down low. And that pitch is wide to Denard Span, who's 1 for 3. With his lead at first is Moore. 3-1. Casilla missed about 10 days, did not go on the disabled list. He's still a little rusty, and this is a good game and some good hitters to Tried to get everything back. One thing we noticed in Colorado, he did add some velocity. He was hit up the middle. Crawford. Double play. And it's hard to double up that guy, Denard Span, and it goes 1-6-3. Nice job. Some of the action here tonight at AT Park. Another sellout crowd, 41,963 watching the Giants shut out the Nationals. They've also banged out 16 hits. As Sandoval, who's got 2 of those 16, takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Hits this one on the ground to second. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants Postgame Live. Highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. So here's Buster Posey. One for 4. Singled in the 5th.
Look out. I'm a little gun shy at balls that were getting close after what happened to Vogelsong.
Pence to follow. That curveball is hard to catch.
Solano's blocked everything in the game. There's a floating slider that kind of goes up there right around head height that he clanks it off his glove. That does not compute. All right, here we go. I got this one. Doink. Give me another one.
You're right. He's probably yelling out there, let's go. Bounce him. Up the middle. Into center field, the base hit. And here's Hunter Pence.
So a 2-hit night for Buster Posey.
Pence 1 for 3. This ought to be fun. A guy throwing 100 miles an hour and a hitter who swings 100 miles an hour. It's fun.
If ever the two should meet. Hunter Pence. All right, I like it. You had to wait a little bit. Kind of like being on Times Square. Let's go, Hunter Pence. Well, there you go. I haven't seen that one before.
The first hitter that Rodriguez faced in this game was Pence, and he walked him, and he's about to do it again. And a strike. It's 3-1. Stay tuned for the post-game wrap, and that's going to happen very shortly. And I'll also talk about the game with Murph and Mac, who are in Hawaii, by the way. And I'll do that tomorrow morning on KNBR 680. Yeah, that morning show, tough going. Just tough day.
Well, you're going to have a fun conversation tomorrow.
They are digging ditches in Hawaii. Here's Belt.
Bell, a chance for a 5-for-5 night.
Out of play.
Three singles, hit a 6th home run, scored 4 times.
A bit high.
Right now, that ball's looking pretty big to him.
Pretty big. Left center field, starting to carry. Got it. 2 outs. He was trying to get one.
Well, a lot of ballparks in this National League would have said goodbye to that one. Here, it's a big league hang with him. Still a 4-for-5 night. He'll take it.
And is it possible they think something is wrong with Mr. Rodriguez?
Well, Steve McCanty coming out. Anytime you see the trainer come walking out with a pitching coach and the manager, that's not a good sign.
Well, they don't want to have Clippard come in, but you don't want to have a guy hurt either. And the pitch to Torres is down low. And there's a pitch wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Hit out to Span in center field. And that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. Tonight it's all Giants. 8-0 San Francisco. Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Giants on top 8-0. And Jeremy Affeldt will be the new pitcher.
So a maintenance inning now for Jeremy Affeldt, who'll come in here and try and close this thing out. Take a look at his numbers. Affeldt, who's did a stint on the disabled list a little bit earlier, coming into a game for the 14th time. Good numbers. Guillermo Quiroz in the squat.
First pitch, Blanco moving over and under. 1 out. So Harper will hit with 1 out. Harper tonight is 0 for 3. And he bounces this one to Scudero. So 2 pitches for Affeldt. 2 outs. And now Zimmerman will hit.
And the faithful on their feet,
even though they're tired.
Monday yawns are understandable.
Wait a minute. Did we lose one of the P's?
Well, one of the Killer P's put on his Killer P jacket.
You know what? That doesn't seem to work as well.
No.
I know there's a Killer K up here that put on an extra jacket.
Yes, he did.
So you go with the layered look? Is that it?
Layered. If you get cold, it's your fault. That's my theory.
Zimmerman fouls it back. Zimmerman had a single in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. Pence. Ball game. So the Giants come home to AT Park. The good news is they shut out the Nationals. The bad news is they lose Ryan Vogelsong for a period of, who knows, they can say 6 weeks, but you just don't know.
No, you don't know, and it's unfortunate. I mean, because this really was the night that the Giants have been waiting for in regards to Vogelsong. I mean, he had it going tonight. He was mixing up all his pitches. He was hitting his spots. His changeup tonight was as good as it's been all year long. And he just had that confidence that we've all been hoping he would find. And the only way he was going to find it was when he got command of his release point. Tonight he had it. So he is the winning pitcher. That is, bitter pill. It is a good thing in that he is going to be out 6 weeks. He goes out with a good, solid start under his belt. So in his mind, he will be able to rest easy in that regard until he does get back and healthy. But it is a blow to this rotation.
And now you have to look around if you're Brian Sabian and this organization, which they haven't had to do for some time, and that's look for another starter. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. All right, Amy G with a star.
When you turn the microphone on, it helps when you turn it on. All right, big night for you, Brandon. 4 hits, you tie a career high, you score a career high, 4 runs. You are totally locked in at the plate tonight. What's going on with you?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I was just going up there looking for a good pitch to hit. Trying not to swing at too many balls. Fortunately, I got something I could handle, and put the bat on it.
How do you wrap your head around the extreme change in play for you guys? I mean, coming off a 1-5 road trip, you guys totally turned it around. And how much did you need a game like this?
We definitely needed it. I think when you kind of go through those tough stretches, we're the kind of team that just says, you know what, that's just baseball. It's not what we want to do. It's not how we like to play. But it happens sometimes. We don't panic. We get back in here. Look to go out the next game and do some damage. That's what we did tonight.
Once again, it's a complete team effort. 6 different Giants have RBIs tonight, and once again you guys able to put runs on the board with 2 outs in the inning. How do you explain this aggressive offense?
I think it's just approach at the plate. We had a solid approach tonight as a team. We went up there looking to get balls in the zone, and when we did, we took advantage of it. We didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. We made the pitchers make mistakes, and it worked out for us.
All right, you guys have heard bad news before and come back, and we always talk about the resiliency of this team, and I just told you about Ryan Vogelsong, a fractured hand, surgery tomorrow, at least 6 weeks. What do you want to say about Ryan? He had probably his best start so far this season tonight, but what does he mean to this team?
It's tough. It's tough for the whole team because he's battled his butt off all season. And I think he got pretty close to where he wanted to be tonight. Looked like he was turning everything around, and then something like that happens. It's tough. It's really tough for this team to lose somebody like him. In the past, we've seen us kind of rally around that. It seems like other people kind of step up. So let's hope that's what happened this time. We're going to come out here looking to win.
You guys did it tonight. Congratulations on the win. Dwayne and Mike, let's get it up to you.
All right, thanks to Brendan Belt and to Amy G. And, hey, aside from the Vogelsong stuff, it was a good win.
Well, it's exactly what the doctor ordered. I mean, the last 6 days were dismal. I mean, we don't even recognize the team that was out there in Toronto and in Colorado. But tonight, it was almost like business as usual. The Giants now go 16-7 here in their home schedule in their first 23 games. But it was how they did it tonight. And it was not just, the fact that they scored early. They kept pounding on score. They kept adding on. And I think that's going to be a key with this offense. They have to keep adding. And tonight they did. I mean, they up and down the lineup, all 8 spots were very productive, and you get those kind of nights you have to take advantage of.
You warm?
I am now, buddy. I was freezing earlier.
All right. Final score: Giants 8, Nationals nothing. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.